Hi, Matt here. In this video, we're going to show you how to test and replace your GE washer shift actuator. It shifts the transmission from agitate to spin by engaging the clutch gear to shift the transmission. If the shift actuator motor is getting weaker and not shifting right, you may hear a grinding noise during the cycle. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. In this video, we're going to use a ratchet with an extension, a 3/8, and a 9/16" socket, and a meter with the extensions. Remember, safety comes first. Make sure to unplug the washer or shut off the circuit breaker to avoid electrocution. Also make sure to turn off the hot and cold water supplies. And let's get started. In order to get to it, we need to tilt the machine back. You can put a towel across the top and lean against the wall if you want. We're going to use a box to support ours. Whatever you do, just make sure you tilt it back carefully. The shift actuator is located right up here underneath the cover. If the motor is failing or the arm is damaged in any way, it can cause the transmission not to shift right and cause grinding of the gears. We're going to take the cover off to inspect it. We're going to use a 3/8" socket with the ratchet and the extension to take out the bolts. The lower one is on the ground wire, so make sure you get that off. Once you have the bolts out, you can pull the cover out and set it aside. If you notice any white plastic powder in there, it's a good indication that the gears have been grinding and you may have a problem. Now that we have the cover off, we can see the shift actuator right here. We have to take the belt off because we have to take this pulley off to inspect the actuator. We're just going to pull down on the belt and turn it. Just make sure you don't get your finger caught in the pulley. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Then we're going to use a ratchet with the extension and the 9/16" socket to take off the nut that holds the pulley on. Just want to hold it and break it free. Then we're going to pull the pulley down. Sometimes it's on there a little tight, so you may have to rock it back and forth as you pull down. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. And we can see the shift actuator and the arms right here that goes into the clutch mechanism. If it's not shifting right, this is where all the white powder comes from. So if you're finding that the shift actuator is bad and this has been grinding, you're going to have to change the clutch too. Before we test the motor, we're just going to look at the arm to make sure it's not damaged. You want to make sure the tabs aren't damaged or the arms are cracked and that it's moving freely. It should have a little spring right here. Make sure that's working. If the arm and everything looks okay, we can test the motor then. Just going to press on the locking tab, unplug it. When you test the shift actuator, we're going to test the two black wires. If you don't get any reading at all, that means the motor is bad and has to be changed. Or if it's under 5700K, that indicates it is bad and has to be changed also. To take off the shift actuator, we're going to use a 3/8" socket with the ratchet and the extension to take out the two bolts that hold it on. Once you have the bolts out, you want to hold the actuator up there and then pull it out away from the clutch gear. And then you can pull the clutch gear, the spring, and the spacer off and set them aside. Here's the old shift actuator next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new shift actuator in, there's a couple locating pins that you have to line up on the transmission so it's aligned properly. But first we're going to put the spacer, the spring, and the clutch back in. Just going to lift it up into place and push it up onto the shaft. We can make sure the shift actuator goes over the clutch pulley and put the pins in. Once you have it in place, you can use the 3/8" socket with the ratchet and the extension to put the bolts back in. Once you have the bolts back in, you can reconnect the wiring harness. So plug it in, make sure it gets a good connection. Then we can put the pulley back on. You just have to push it back up onto the shaft. And then we can use the 9/16 socket with the ratchet and the extension to put the bolt on and tighten it down. As it starts to tighten up, you want to grab the pulley and hold on to it so the tub doesn't spin while you tighten up the nut. To put the drive belt on, we're just going to put it around the transmission pulley first, and then get it started on the motor pulley and hold it right here. Kind of stretch it around. Don't get your finger caught in there. And you want to push up on the belt right here. It has a tendency not to go up into that upper groove, so you want to make sure it's up there. Once you have it in place, we can put the cover back on. All you have to do is lift it up, line it up, and set it in place. Once you have it in place, we're going to use a 3/8" socket with the ratchet and the extension to put in the bolts. And on the bottom one, you want to make sure it goes through the ground wire. Once you have everything put back together, we can put it back up on its feet. Then we can plug the machine back in, turn the water on, and take it for a spin. Hopefully changing out the shift actuator fixed the shifting problem and stopped any noise you were hearing during the cycle. Remember, if you don't already have the shift actuator, you can take your model number and head over to appliancepartspros.com. Most orders arrive within just a few days. And don't forget to like and subscribe and tell us how your repair went. See you next time.